Good morning, good morning, good morning. My oh my oh my, $80,000. Let's do a quick voice check while we wait for people to make their way in here. Smash the likes, guys. Let's get the drawing tools out. That's good. Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, let's go see who we got here in the chat. There we go. Sherwin's in here. How's it going, Sherwin? Frank? By the way, guys, I'm really tired today. I'm very tired. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this because Bitcoin cracked into the $80,000 region. What's it sitting at now, by the way? You guys are gonna see how tired I am today. I have no energy. But hey, let's do this. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. My name is Sean Dexter, and I welcome you guys back to the Mango Grove for your daily Bitcoin live stream. Not daily, but occasional. I don't do these daily anymore. Audio, by the way, is a music too high? Are we fine? Yeah, Bitcoin decided to surprise us, so we surprise you guys. I couldn't not do a stream, guys. I was just thinking about our entire journey. It's been 2 years, exactly 2 years since we put together the plan. Do you guys remember? We started grinding. Bitcoin was sitting around $16,000-$17,000, and we started putting together the thesis, like scribbling, using this pen right here and this drawing pad on our notes. My oh my oh my. 2 years, and we put down a thesis where we said, one, Bitcoin was gonna hit all-time high before the halving. Do you guys remember that? Oh, music's a bit too high. Okay. Alright, I reduced it. But yeah, the thesis was Bitcoin. First, the thesis was Bitcoin was going to make its edge-to-edge trade. Actually, I have it right here on my Twitter, right? That we're going to make our way to $44,000, the edge-to-edge trade on the Ichimoku. And then we were going to make a new all-time high before the halving. Do you guys remember that? At the time when I made that call, no one else was saying it. No one. Of course, when we got to $50,000, a lot of people were saying it, but it was pretty easy to make that call back then, right? When Bitcoin's already sitting at 50K, calling for a new all-time high before the halving. I remember Krisha laughing at me when I called it. Do you guys remember that? Right? So it all played out. But then you can never expect things to go perfectly, right? You can't expect things to go like literally to the T. But it did. And I don't want to say it's because we as a community are so freaking smart. I want us to fully appreciate how lucky we got that things followed the plan to the T, guys. So many things could have gone wrong. So many things could have gone wrong, forcing us to adjust, forcing us to de-risk, forcing us to hedge. I was fully expecting to have had to hedge at least once in the middle of the cycle. But everything played out. I have another tweet over here where I was very vocal about this, guys, at around 16 to 17,000. I'm like, the early stages of the rising bull market is usually the most difficult. You're always going to feel that nagging doubt of whether or not this is all just a sucker's rally. And that nagging doubt is precisely the price you are paying to capture the asymmetric upside. And I literally said, start buying. Okay, that 10 SMA on the monthly was as simple as we kept it. And we followed that, right? We had two major things that we were following. Wow, look at Bitcoin. It just feels so good. We were looking at the bi-weekly dynamic. I'm going to pull it up. We can delete these drawings from the previous stream. We had the bi-weekly dynamic where we said, hey, as long as we're holding the bi-weekly dynamic, we're going to stay in our spot positions that we built, right? We got a really good trade based on Ichimoku, right? Based on, I'm just going to give you guys a quick rundown, a history on the trade. So everyone else who's new here understands where we're all sitting, right? So we built our position based off this idea, and then we cleared the bi-weekly dynamic. And we're like, okay, as long as we're holding the bi-weekly dynamic, we're going to stay in our trade. As simple as that. Keep it easy, keep it stress-free, keep it mango. We basically absolved ourselves of making that decision constantly through the cycle. Should I get in? Should I get out? Should I get out? Should I get out? Price is coming down. No. If the dynamic is lost, we'll get out. Until then, I'm staying in the trade, right? It's as simple as that. And even over here, when things looked shaky, Bitcoin closed above the bi-weekly, and that was enough. We kept true to our rules, and look at Bitcoin now, $80,000. So with that, I want to thank all of you. It has been such a great effing journey these past 2 years. People doubted us, people laughed at us, but it's all playing out. It's been a game of patience, and patient we were. Also, recently I've been posting alpha on my Twitter. Okay, I don't post often, but when I do post, they are massive wins. The last time I posted on Allcoin was on GigaChat. It was sitting around 1.5 cents was when I started talking about it. And look at it now, it's like at 6 to 7 cents. Likely going to make its way to much higher. In my opinion, 20 cents is on the tables, even higher. But yeah, when I do post, it's going to be strong alpha. So make sure you follow me at Sean Dexter. Ted Sheet says, thank you, Sean. Hey, man. That means a lot coming from you, Ted. You've been in the game with us for so long. So that's the beautiful thing about Mango, right? We're always learning from each other. I learned so much from you guys too. I learned so much from you, Ted, the charts that you post. I did want to do a Bitcoin video actually today where I talked about targets, right? So I am going to be talking about targets today. In today's live stream, I'm going to be giving you guys my interim targets, like my midterm targets, which Bitcoin is approaching. And I'm going to give you guys my sort of long-term targets, right? Of course, I have ultra long-term targets, but those of you who've been following the story based on where we took our leverage trades, you guys kind of know what I'm about to show you guys anyways, right? But we can do a recap anyways. And that's what I wanted to do on a daily video too, where I wanted to use our trades over the past month, right? We took like 2 trade opportunities, right? You could say 3 based on not exiting our spot positions, right? But really just 2 trades, leverage trades. And now we can like kind of do a post analysis on what our mindset was and how easy we kept it. We kept it so easy, so stress-free. And we're sitting $20,000 in the green per Bitcoin that you're trading, right? So per Bitcoin that you've put up on your position, it could be, of course, less. For some of you, it could be less than a Bitcoin too, right? But it doesn't matter. Even if you put up a 0.5 Bitcoin position, you're $10,000 in the green now, right? What's your thoughts on the CME gap? I talked about. Don't overthink the CME gaps. Don't think that the CME gap needs to fill. If the opportunity presents itself and you see price coming down and you see confluence between your indicators and the CME gap, that's when you bid it. But don't, like I've seen people hold on to their position, hold on to the hope that price is going to come down just because of the CME gap, and they get stubborn on it, and price goes and goes and goes and goes for the entire bull market, and it only comes down in the bear market. So don't get caught in that CME gap narrative, guys. I've talked about this before multiple times in the past, but I will say this about the CME gaps, and I've talked about this too, particularly. This is the bigger alpha. When you start seeing gaps get created over the weekends, and then over the week the gaps don't get filled, right? If price doesn't fill it within the first 2 days of the week, you know for sure that we are in a proper bull market. Okay. How's this? Is that better? Vrexa? Apologies. I'll turn it up a tad bit more. Saul says, thank you, Sean, for teaching everything. It's been so easy to manage trades now and not get anxious about it. I did lose my account multiple times, but stayed consistent and kept learning from you. Hey, man, dude, thank you for, one, staying in the game, believing in yourself, having the determination to keep coming back, right? That's what it really takes to be a successful trader. Because if you are successful on your foot, let me tell all of you guys this, okay? If anyone's feeling down about being in a bad position, I can guarantee this one piece of wisdom, if you want to call it. If you are successful on your first go, you are most likely going to lose it eventually anyways. The only way to actually be successful is to actually go through the pain of losing, not just losing a bit, but being literally dead on the ground, feeling that pain, feeling that agony, feeling distraught, and then coming back anyways. That is what makes you win. Because that feeling of distraught and agony, you will now want to go through it again, and you will correct your mistakes. You'll be like, no. Holy shit, I don't want to go through that again. I don't want to be walking out of my room like a dead zombie wondering what the hell did I just do to myself, and then sit on the cold floor for hours and hours and hours without saying a word. That happened to me. I was just like, right? I just sat on the cold floor for like hours. I'll never forget that. I never want to go through that again, right? So that's what it takes to be successful, man. It's not the wins. I say this to you guys all the time. The wins are just a consequence of your risk management. The wins are just a consequence of you managing those bad behavioral emotions that will inevitably come at you, and you saying, no, I will not do that. right? The wins, like guys, how easy was this trade? Look at it, how easy was it? But why did so few capture it? Was because it's so difficult to control your emotions. But once you go through that pain that you did, sort of, that Julian did, that Sherwin did, that I did, I see Alina in here too, that Alina did. Once we all go through that, that's when you capture these big wins, because you know what not to do. Corey says, been here a long time. I've kept it mango and bought in on the retest of the dynamic and just focused myself since March. My man, good stuff, dude. Good stuff. And the thing is, right, I give you guys, like, this is literally a screenshot away from success, right? I give you guys the levels, like whether it be on Cardano or Sui, like most recently, by the way, our Sui freaking trade. Hey, do you guys like that? Do you guys like that trade? If you guys been catching the live streams, that alpha is there for you guys to catch the bids. But that Sui trade we nailed as well. But it's not like, oh, Sean has the dynamic. That's why he has access to these trades. I give you guys the levels. I show it to you right here. Hey Leroy, how's it going, man? Yeah, and the Casper trade too. Yeah, and it's simple stuff, man. So today I want to take the time to talk about our 2 leverage trades. Yeah, we'll do requests, dude, today. I'll just go through the 2 leverage trades, just so that if anybody has questions on how we got into the position and anything in terms of risk management, right? Because I really want to make sure that this cycle, especially if people did join me on these leverage trades, that they have their mind straight, right? I'll tell you guys what I'm going to be doing, what I'm not going to be doing, right? So that way I don't feel any of this, like for example, last cycle, I felt like I wasn't loud enough about turning bearish when things were like, okay, like, I'm going to say this right now, guys. I'm going to take it upon myself to just say, I am not liking price over here anymore. I'm not liking it. Last cycle, I didn't want to be the reason you guys don't make money, right? I didn't want to be the reason. So I told you guys what I'm doing. I'm like, guys, we lost so and so levels. I'm not liking this. I'm not liking this. I'm not liking that. But I think this time around, I'm going to be a lot more vehement about it to protect you guys. And also, you know, just F it. It's something I should fix this cycle. So when I don't like things and I don't like you guys doing certain things, I'm going to call you guys out on it, okay? And one of the things is adding to your leverage positions over here. I don't want you guys to do that. Okay, I don't want you guys adding to your positions over here. I kind of hinted at that to Sherwin today too. Okay, we're gonna start here. Oh, that's brilliant. That is brilliant. Elena says, this is something I don't understand why you take leverage versus a spot trade. I always use my own capital. Yeah, that's completely fine to do so. But what we're about to go through, Elena, is a perfect illustration of when to use leverage, when not to, right? Because if you guys think about it, leading into this rally from... Okay, we'll do a bit of history. Now, some of you guys might get bored because you guys don't want to really learn, but those of you who really want to learn, you guys are going to take a lot out of this. At this, you need to have criteria upon when you expose yourself to leverage, right? And you could use your own capital, yes, but I'll tell you why sometimes you may not want to use your own capital. There are multiple reasons, but I'll tell you my reasons. For example, I don't want to be exposed to leverage when the trend is against me and may reverse only after a prolonged period of time, because you're going to be paying funding, you're going to be dealing with a downtrend that could push you out of your position, right? For example, if you're on a massive downtrend, the trend is going to continue being down, and you could be right on the candle close, but a huge wick could happen on the higher time frames and push you out of position and then close above your levels as well, right? So what ends up happening invariably is you're going to end up, especially if you're using the seed risk management indicator and seed risk management tool sheet, etc., you're either going to end up positioning in with low size, or two, you're going to be positioning with a higher size, but you're going to be very stressed for a long period of time, because you're gonna not know whether you're wrong or not until the week closes or the bi-weekly closes, right? For example, I'll give you guys an example of when I was using the weekly for my leverage trades. Was back over here. Do we have someone from? Is Corey here? But some of you may remember that back then I was trading the weekly on leverage, right? And while I was right on my trade, right, there were points where I was just like, holy shit, man, I'm exposed to some serious size over here, and I can't close my position until the weekly candle closes. I just did not like that amount of exposure for that long before me knowing whether I'm wrong, right? The sweet spot for me was half of the week, which was like the 4-day time frame. So unless I have momentum going for me on the 4-day time frame, I don't like exposing myself to leverage, right? I don't like taking on a bigger position than I can handle and sleep at night. So I expose myself to leverage right when I have momentum going in my favor on the duration that I'm comfortable staying leverage even when the trade is going against me, right? Because there are going to be times that the trade is going against you. And I don't want to be leveraged on the bi-weekly time frame, because we could see huge wicks in the bi-weekly time frame. And for me to know whether I'm right on the bi-weekly time frame, I got to wait for the bi-weekly candle close. So what do? I say, okay, you know what? I am going to look at the bi-weekly for my spot positions, and I'm not going to exit any of my spot positions as long as the bi-weekly is holding. It's only when the 4-day, the 3-day time frame, the 2-day time frame, those time frames give me signs of momentum in my favor that I will take my leverage trade, right? So what happened? We were here, right? Price was sitting at around this level here, 54,000. If you guys remember, my mom was unwell, and I wasn't able to do videos for like a week. But I was at a hotel close to the hospital, and I remember I did a video for you guys on my phone, right? And I'm like, guys, I know it's shaky. I know things are looking uncertain, and hell, I want to rip the bandage off at this point, because there was like Iran, Iraq war, whatever. Iran was attacking Israel. There's like nonsense going on, right? And I was in no mood for this crap. And I was like, you know what? At this point, guys, Ian, I want to rip off the bandage, but we don't have permission yet. Okay? We are going to stick to the rules that we set in place 2 years ago. 2 years ago. And we've been so good for so long. Let's just wait one more bi-weekly candle. If we have to get out, we'll get out. Okay? But let's just wait one more bi-weekly, right? Because we closed above. We don't have permission to exit. And what do you know? The next bi-weekly, we got the huge bounce. But now here's the issue. We got the huge bounce, and now I'm thinking, shit, I wanna get into my leverage trade. I don't have leverage. I don't have a leverage position. So I'm in a situation where I want price to continue going up, because, of course, I'm a Bitcoin maximalist. I'm not a Bitcoin maxi, but I'm extremely bullish on Bitcoin, right? So I want Bitcoin to go up, but at the same time, I want to get my leverage position. So I have to be disciplined. Like, oh, I want to put on a trade. I know this is going up. I know this is it. We did our analysis, right? Where we counted, we did a cycle analysis, etc. There were lots of things pointing to this going. But I'm like, no, Sean, this is not where you leverage. You got to be patient, okay? You're in the middle of the range right now. You got to be patient. So what do? I highlighted this for you guys. You guys see this? I'm not sure. Can you guys see my... Yeah, there you go. You guys can't see it, right? I'll do this. I highlighted this for you guys. I'm like, guys, okay, cool. The month is about to close, okay? And this, by the way, was a screenshot from the previous video, right? So, or rather, a clip from the previous video. I'm like, guys, the month is about to close, and we are looking for the month to close about 65,000. If we don't get that close about 65,000, it's gonna suck, but there's a silver lining. The silver lining is that we can look for our leverage trade now. We can look for that bid. So we turn a negative event into a positive by using patience. Remember guys, patience is a position. Patience is a position. And then soon as that your patience triggers, right, you get to unwind that patience and actually get it into a Bitcoin position. So you have patience as a position, you have Bitcoin as a position. You can like juggle the two, right? So we were patient and we said, if we don't get that $65,000 close for the month of September, we can expect price to come down and give us our leverage trade. I'm going to play this clip actually for you guys. I hope I'm in the right spot. I'll turn up the music. Oops, hold up. First I'll turn down the music and then I'll turn up the music here. Fail to claim the $65,000 level, if the bulls fail to claim the $65,000 level, we will get an opportunity to put on our leverage trade at this zone over here, coming in around the Tenkin, Kijun, and the top of the cloud. We postulated that that would be a really good higher low opportunity to bid, because if Bitcoin loses that zone, we can simply take the loss and get out of the trade. However, the upside was all the way up to around $120,000. So more than a 2x. Okay, so now you guys know my targets for for the upside, right? But look at how I came up with the trade. I'm like, okay, cool. We are gonna have to wait. Okay, we are gonna have to maybe put ourselves in a tough position where if price comes down, it could continue going down, and we'll have to exit. But what I really liked about this was that, hey, I can exit fast. Elena, that's when I leverage, right? When I know that I can exit at a reasonable time that I'm comfortable with. You may want to exit even faster than me. You may want to exit on the 12-hour, on the 4-hour. I'm okay exiting based on the 4-day, right? Sometimes I'll take it back to the weekly as well. But the 4-day, the 2-day is something I like a lot. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'll lose like maybe a few $1,000s per Bitcoin on the downside. But my upside was $120,000 target, right? So that's a $60,000 upside gain per Bitcoin and a few $1,000s downside loss. I like that. I like that for a leverage trade opportunity, right? Now, we got that clearly. It played out exactly like that, right? Show you guys the charts. Bitcoin went up to 66, failed to close above 65,000 for the monthly, and then came down exactly to a zone at $59,000, right? So we got our bid at around 60,500-ish, and we're sitting pretty in that bid. Now, some of you did not get that trade. Okay, some of you did not get that trade, or you guys joined Mango, joined the Mango community only after. And I said, okay, guys, this was after Bitcoin already cracked like $70,000. I'm like, there's another opportunity that you guys could take. This one you may need to manage a little bit more tighter, but it's still a good trade. And this was very similar too. This was one of the opportunities we highlighted in the stream. And the next day I came out and said, okay, some of you may want to take that trade. How do you manage your risk? And it was the same thing. Okay, same example. It's a similar style trade. It's just a higher up level. And it's important to understand this, that you cannot use the previous missed opportunity to say, no, I want that opportunity. Because the price structure changes. You shouldn't want price to come back down there, ideally, right? So I'm going to play this clip now. Price to close above this zone over here, right? We could test underneath into the close. You guys aren't getting shook out unless and until you guys start seeing a candle close underneath the zone over here, right? Because price could come down into the zone, test these lows over here, and still close above the zone. You guys are looking for price to close above this zone over here, right? We could test underneath and close above, and things are still fine. So this zone of support is what you're looking for Bitcoin to hold, all right? Coming in around 67,500 to 65,500. That's a $2,000 range that you're looking for Bitcoin to hold for you to stay in your leverage trade. If we lose the zone though, price could come all the way down to 60K to around 59K one more time. So just be a tad bit careful on that. I want you guys to keep this mango, because honestly, you could say that, hey, this is a rising channel right over here, right? It's not perfect, right? But we are putting in higher lows and very sharp higher highs. If this trend breaks, there'll be a trade down to this low right over here, right? This is one of our pattern trading principles that I've been talking about for many years now, right? But that is provided we lose the zone. You guys are seeing how this trade is shaping up now. And also, if you guys have been enjoying these trade opportunities that have been posted, okay, you guys can hear me now? Okay, so yeah, okay, so the key thing over here, the key thing over here is very similar to the previous trade in that we had only $2,000 of downside risk, but the upside now was, of course, not $60,000 to the upside, because you're getting in only at $67,000 as opposed to $60,000, but it's still pretty good, right? It's a $53,000 upside with a $2,000 move towards the downside. So these trades, though, guys, you're looking at it now in hindsight, but if you think about it, this is on the 4-day time frame, right? So they took weeks before I got the opportunity to give you guys a trade, right? You're going to see a lot of YouTube channels out there that are giving you guys trades on Bitcoin every freaking day, every day. Immediately, red flag. Immediately, red flag. There isn't a trade every single day. There isn't. The apps just isn't. Unless you're trading like, you're day trading and you're like really trading the lower time frames and just trying to squeeze out whatever. That's not where you capture the life-changing gains, okay? This is where you capture the life-changing gains. We got in at $58,000 to $60,000, okay? And now Bitcoin is sitting at 79,925 or 935 as at the time of this recording, almost $80,000, and we're not at my interim targets yet. Okay, remember, I have a higher. Let's talk about my higher time frame targets, and I talked about this now a while ago. All of this that we've been drawing out is essentially a break of a smaller pattern, which is this cup and handle. Okay, I gave you guys this leverage trade option, and I don't give you guys leverage trade opportunities that often. I don't say, guys, this is a good leverage trade opportunity. The reason I said that this was a good leverage trade opportunity is because you get massive upside risk while you are putting very small downside risk, right? And these are the targets I have for you guys: 120,000 on my higher time frame interim target, and 220,000 on my higher time frame second target, right? These are higher time frame targets. I do have shorter, like, interim targets on the shorter time frame that we're going to be talking about. And that's important because these targets allow you to say, okay, I'm not buying anywhere around here, because there'll be likely traders like Sean who's going to be taking profits, partial profits on their leverage trades, and that could cause price to come down a bit further. Right? I remember a lot of people laughed at me, by the way. Okay, I think you'll see it probably in these comments too. There's a guy who was like, 120K, what are you smoking? Okay, this guy just says bull run ended at 74K. This isn't too bad, but I got a lot of hate. Maybe Kusha removed it. Kusha tries to protect my feelings by removing comments. We do that for each other, but I tell her not to. I'm like, keep it, Kusha, so that way we get to show it on YouTube later. Zinmi says, I feel like BTC is moving with Sean's passion. It's true. Eh? When I start beginning to get tired of the bull markets, Bitcoin does start to drop. I appreciate the level of unbotheredness you and Krisha exude. Are you talking about to the comments, Elena? That's why I only follow you and Krisha. Jason is great, but that pace is not for me. I'm way too mango now. Jason is freaking hilarious, but yeah, I can't do his pace either. I'm too old for that, man. I'm too old for that. What type of watch? It's a Tissot. It's Kusha's dad's watch. He gifted it to me. I don't know anything about watches other than I had a Tissot too, and I looked at his watch and I was like, holy shit, that's stunning. And this was a gift for, I mean, this watch was really, really sentimental to him. Like it meant a lot to him. And the fact that he gave it to me, I kept saying no, 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 no. I'm like, uncle, no, no, no. He kept trying to like give it to me. I kept saying no, 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 no. This was when they visited us, and on the final day that when they were leaving, I woke up and on my bedside table, the watch was right there. The watch was right there. I woke up and I saw it. I was like, holy shit. And I took it and I showed it to Krisha, and Krisha just started crying. Because it was such an emotional moment. Because, yeah. So this watch it means a lot to me too. All right, so we can. What else do I want to talk about today? Oh yeah, the interim targets. Okay, let's go. Interim targets. Right here. There you go, guys. Take a screenshot. This okay. So essentially, the target I'm actually looking for is somewhere around 87,000 to 85,000. But I've given it a tad bit of a buffer. We could see a wick up to 91,000. This should be 91,000. 89. Okay, somewhere around there. I'll double check this, guys, in a bit. But somewhere around here, you guys need to be careful. Okay, I'll double check this after the stream. High level honesty with Sean. Well, you mean in regards to my targets? Oh wait, maybe I missed something. What are you talking about? Curious what you think the high of the cycle will be. Mid 100s seems to be now on everyone's mind, right? So I'm hesitant to push that up higher. I'm more inclined to push that down lower, to be honest. But I honestly don't see that. Okay. I'll tell you where the surprise is going to come, okay, guys? In the last stream, if you guys missed the last stream, I really recommend catching it, because I took the drawing pad out after a very long time and I scribbled for you guys. I started brainstorming and I came up with a eureka moment during the live stream that you guys really, really need to catch. And I tweeted about it. And again, guys, follow me. It motivates me to tweet the more followers I get, right? So if you guys can help me get to 2,000 followers, it would mean a lot. So follow me at Sean Dexter. And I tweeted out my eureka moment as well. But watch the stream anyways. I'm going to try to find it. Okay, here it is. I said between now and Jan 20th, we are set to see unfettered bullishness as traders speculate on the limitless implications of a Bitcoin president. 74 days and counting between the day of the stream and the day of Trump's inauguration. I asked you guys when was his inauguration, or when will his inauguration be, and you guys said Jan 20th. So we counted 75 days. So my thesis is that people are going to come up with the wildest of theories as to what Trump is going to do between now and Jan 20th, right? Not what Trump will do between Jan 20th, but I'm saying that traders are going to speculate as to what he will do after Jan 20th. And all of that is going to begin to get priced in to whatever capacity they can, provided he actually does it, okay? It's likely that they underprice it. But if he doesn't do it, they'll be overpricing it, okay? But this zone between now and Jan 28th is the zone of speculation. You're going to see the wildest of theories. And I said it back then, and I'm already seeing it. I'm already seeing some people that I respect come out with these like really, really speculative theories on what Trump is likely to do, and they're going back into his history, going back into the history of other presidents, and it's all valid. None of it is wrong, but it's the zone of speculation where people start getting extremely bullish. That alone could cause price to get to my targets by the end of the year, right? So now that begs the question, holy shit, what does that mean? What does that mean? And I have to put thought into this. I don't want to come out here and just give you guys answers when I haven't been responsible enough with thinking about these things, right? So I'm going to go have a few showers because that's where I think the most. And in the shower, I'll probably come up with my next Eureka moment. And I'll let you know what I think. So hit the subscribe, hit the notification so that way you guys don't miss the next video. And more importantly, follow me on Twitter at Sean Dexter. There you go. I linked it for you guys to make it easy for you. Just take 2 seconds and hit the follow. If it's lagging, don't touch it, dude. Corey, just don't touch it. That's the best advice I can give you from a participant who has been through many bull markets. One of the killers is going to be you looking at lag odds. It's just not even worth your time because you are going to find a reason to get into a lag odd where your responsibility right now is to stick to strength. Period. Just stick to strength. If you're not in something that's strong, start slowly scaling out of it into something strong. And then when you start seeing that it has strength, start getting back into it, right? Because I know the feeling. You're like, oh man, what if I get out of it and it pumps? What if it does a Cardano and it pumps? Well, if you're scaling out just like 10% at a time or maybe 5% at a time, you're doing two things there. 3, you're using time to your advantage in that you are scaling into a position of strength, and if that has to pump, if your coin does pump the next day, well, you're only 5% out. There's 95% of your position still in. You can get back in, right? But if it doesn't move over a long period of time, at least you've scaled out 5% into strength. That way you're not feeling like shit if half the bull market has gone by and this other coin that you're looking at has done a 10x, right? Because you've scaled out. At least half of your position has already gone into a strong asset. So if it's a laggard, we should not look at it. But we look at it anyways because I know you've been looking at TIA. Of course, you want to start with the dashboard. This isn't too bad, man, but yeah. So if something is short on the 4-day and the weekly, you just want to say it's still weak. I'll keep like a spot position on it, but not a strong position. I'll build into it when the 4-day flips long, right? We're going into a bull market, and the people who trade laggards I don't want to say are laggards, are usually people who are not willing to be bold, right? Just you agree. This psychologically, just think about it, okay? They don't want to take the risk, okay, of price coming down because there's a flow. Fine. That works in a bull market. You eventually will make money. Everything moves in a bull market. But the psychology of people who buy into strength are the people who are like, F it, I want money now. And those are the same guys who go high leverage, big positioning, big size, right? And that's what causes strength to beget strength. And price just keeps going and going and going and going. And then it receives mind share in the retail folk. The retail folk don't hear about the laggards. No one's talking about the laggards. Because how do conversations start, dude? Corey, how do conversations start with retail? Does it start with, hey man, have you heard of TIA? It's been going sideways for so long. It's so fucking exciting. No, they're like, hey man, fucking Sol. Holy shit, it's gone from $7 to $200. Holy crap. Right? And then your buddy's like, what is this Sol thing? Right? And then you go look up Sol. And the first thing he'll buy is Sol. And then maybe after he's seen that his friend bought Sol at 7 and he's buying at 200, he wants to find the next Sol. And then he'll buy TIA or TA or whatever this coin is, Celestia. But yeah, bi-weekly is looking good. Weekly still underneath weekly dynamic. 4-day if the 4A cracks this 643, it's gonna fly. Here's your TA right here. Oh, there, I have it drawn. I have it drawn. So there. This is not relevant anymore. The upper trend line is what you want to look at in the bull market. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Corey had a killer trade on Celestia. He got in at like $2.50 and we did TA back over here. I would like to think that I helped you on your exit, Corey, at around 21 to 18. Yeah, right here. I would like to think I helped you on your exit. But even if I did not, you better lie to me and tell me that I did so I can feel better about myself. He's like, you definitely did. Ah, awesome. Good to hear. Good to hear. Great trade, man. Freaking great trade. I hear your reasoning on buying strength, but CAS has been weak. I bought the dip as a laggard. So there you go. It's so difficult to buy assets that have already done this and then do this, right? You're like, oh man, I wish I was here. I wish I bought this. So then you go and try to find assets that are here. And then you're like, okay, it'll catch up. And it could, but it's really difficult, man. I have learned to say, F it, I'm going to buy here, here, and then here. And then I'll go for this big move. Because then what ends up happening for me is like, oh, hey, I made some nice profits. I'll take 50% off, 25% off, and then I'll go and buy Celestia. And that's why laggards eventually move, by the way. It's because people like me, we're like, okay, cool. We bought at a very risky position. Let's cut risk and buy a laggard. So you could, and by the way, there's nothing wrong in just waiting for people to do that. It's actually a fine strategy. You definitely want to avoid laggards in a bull market because they may lag forever. There's some coins that you can kind of tell though that they want to move. I'll give you an example of AERO. That's why I've been talking about it, right? Like, look at this. It's not that all coins don't run well. This is one of the things where I had to like capitulate and be like, hey, I got into Velarim, but AERO is freaking behaving stronger, right? So I had to take some of my Velarim allocation and be like, okay, no, you're going to scale that into the advice I give you guys is advice I follow. I don't give you guys advice if I'm not doing it, because the psychology of the advice is really important too, right? So if I want to give you guys advice, I need to have gone through it myself. So I did that here, right? And thank God I did, right? Because I got into AERO at like 62 to 65 cents. And it's $1.56 now, and I'm going for the Hail Mary on this one. So what's another laggard that we can talk about? Sui's about to hit. Whoa! It hit our target. Why is my target not drawn here? Targets. It hit my target to the T. To the T. Oh my God. Okay, guys, could you timestamp this? Someone timestamp this for me so I can come back to the stream. And look at the rejection of that. That's how you know that your TA is being respected by other traders. It doesn't need to stop here. Now it could fill. But you guys see that the market respected even for a tad bit. Rejection. After your SUI video, I looked into the SUI ecosystem and I bought Cetus and Alpha Phi as a hedge against SUI pump. That's not a bad idea. Oh, you already got in gains on it. Holy shit. Good dude. Corey, you're born to be a trader, man. Born to be a trader. I like the wording that he used as well, guys, as a hedge against a SUI ecosystem pump. Oh shit, am I still streaming or did I shut my Streamlabs by mistake? Uh-oh. Am I still with you guys? Okay, wait. Okay, I am. Jesus Christ. Imagine me fumbling. All right. I think we can wrap up the stream, eh? We good? Yeah, Avi linked the Mango Dynamic. Mango Dynamic has been essentially cheat codes. You guys can use the link Avi posted to get a description of the dynamic, etc., etc. If you guys are going to be buying any indicator, now is the time to be doing so. Do not do it at the end of the bull market after all the opportunities, after all the trend traders are done, right? Even with Sui, like when we found the opportunity, I've been saying it for a while. In fact, Sui, you could have caught both moves, right? On the 2-day dynamic, this entire move, right? I literally, when we were trading it all the way back down from around 45 cents, I said, we're just going to hold on to it until the 2-day dynamic holds, right? As simple as that. I said my target's going to be $2 as long as the 2-day dynamic holds. And back then, people were laughing at me, okay? Here's the psychology with Sui, guys. You guys got to listen to this. When I called for $2, I got laughed at. Because I'm like $2 until the 2-day dynamic holds, period. I'm going to hold it. In fact, I would have held it even higher. But as soon as the 2-day dynamic was lost, and I said, hey, I'm bearish now, because we lost it here, you guys can see, right? People start giving me shit for flipping. The same guys, likely, who gave me shit for calling $2, likely gave me shit for now saying, hey, it's coming down. And it was the same thing. 2-day dynamic was lost, and we started trending against it. Why am I telling you guys this? Because it's going to be the same thing on the top, guys. Right? There's going to be a time where the trend flips. I'm going to come out here, and I'm going to tell you guys, I'm out. I'm out. You guys do what you want to. That's what I did last time. This time, I'm not going to do that. This time, I'm going to say, I'm out. You guys should exit as well. You guys are going to hate me for it. You guys are going to think that I'm here to poop on the party, but I'm just there to protect you guys. Okay? You guys have to do what is best for you at the end of the day. You guys got to follow your own advice, your own analysis, etc. But I'm going to tell you guys what I'm doing and what I think you guys likely should be doing if you guys were in my shoes. And there's going to be a time where I'll flip bearish on Sui. Now's not the time, but there will come the time. And you guys are going to hate me for it. But be ready for it. Thank you, Lena. XRP, the total laggard. But, Ted, no buts, dude. Ted, remember 1 year ago? You and I, we spoke and I'm like, Ted, it's time to start trading newer coins. Just do it for 1 or 2 months. You see why? Because you got to get over that bias of trading old coins. You like to trade older coins. I get it. It has a lot of history. But there are too many traders on those charts, in my opinion. Too many traders on those charts. And when I'm saying traders, I'm really talking about operators who are trying to just unload liquidity, OTC liquidity. That's what's going on. You can tell. I can tell when there's OTC liquidity being unwinded because those charts are being beaten down at points of liquidity, right? Exactly when everyone gets excited, someone is coming in and saying, here's my liquidity. It seems like an operator offloading OTC liquidity. Of course, speculation, but I just have a feeling. Ted says he's been loving the meme since. Nice. Love it. He made the switch. Elena says, what do you mean by too many traders? This is what I mean. So yeah, that's a good question, Elena, because it's not that too many traders is a bad thing. Like, for example, memes, you want too many traders there because the float over there is not in the hands, at least if you pick the right coins that are widely distributed and are decentralized. The float is going to be in the hands of traders who are all looking for price to pump, right? And they're all looking to bid at certain levels. You don't have a few really, really heavy bags who are looking to offload at a huge profit, because a lot of these I like to call them operators. It's the best word I have for them at the back of my mind. A lot of these operators are holding on to bags that are already deep in the profit, right? They're buying them at around 25 cents on the dollar from VCs who are 10x on their investment, right? The VCs got in pre-sale, blah blah blah, and then you have these coins that are released at massive FDVs like 10 billion, 5 billion, 1 billion, whatever it might be. The VCs don't care if they sell at 25 cents on the dollar because they just want liquidity. Yeah, like F it, here, take it. I'm happy if I'm up like freaking 500x. It doesn't matter if I sell at 25 cents on the dollar, right? So now these operators in my mind are coming into the charts already deep in the profit with every coin that they're holding. So they're like, okay, I'll just sell on, have so much leeway to sell. Now, of course, I don't want to complicate things for you guys and overwhelm you guys. Long story short, you should be looking to trade coins that have less overhead resistance. ICP, okay, we can look at ICP and then we look at Cardano and then we'll wrap up. Wall 90, short on the weekly, short on the 4-day, opportunity cost until this flips. 4-day at the very least needs to flip, right? So be careful over there. 2 days still neutral. Flip from short to neutral, so it's kind of improving. But this looks like opportunity cost for me. So we hit our target, guys, to the T. Oh my God. Yeah, it needs to clear this resistance. Rejected down, rejected down, rejected. For now, it's rejected. It needs to clear. You see this blue dotted line at the very least that I have? ICP needs to clear that. But it could go sideways for a tad bit more. I don't expect it to. If Bitcoin keeps going up, its dollar value is going to keep going up. But then you look at this, right? Look at ICP BTC. And you're going to see what kind of opportunity. When I say opportunity cost, what do I mean? This is what I mean. Right? This isn't a massive downtrend. And it just made a new low. Yeah, it just made a new low. So even if it does this, are you going to be happy? You're losing so much Bitcoin value. It could keep going up on its USD chart like this, but it could be doing this on its Bitcoin pairing. So be careful. All right, Cardano next. ADA. It just flipped on the 4-day, so that's good. 2.5 days ago, it flipped on the 4-day time frame. So there, it's already looking better than ICP. Weekly still short. It's down 50% on the weekly. Even though on the whoa, look at 75% on the 4-hour, the 12-hour, and the daily. So even though the daily that flipped long only 2.5 days ago gave you a 50% win, the 12-hour 70% win, you're still down 50%, right? The way I like to look at the short trades on the dashboard, guys, is like, once the weekly flips short, you don't need to put on a short position if you're uncomfortable shorting, right? But you can say this. You can say, I will not touch this with my spot trade until this flips long. That's the least you can do, right? Because you have saved so much of your capital that you can now allocate and get that much more Cardano. So if this is up 70%, that means it ate into this. This must have been like 90% down since the flip short. It's been short for 104 days, right? Let's go look. Let's go look at Cardano. We'll try to get an idea of how much. Wait, is that the Bitcoin pairing I was looking at? That was the USD pairing. That's insane. Okay, let's go look at Cardano. Nice pump here. So how it went down 90%. And when did it flip on the 2-day? Yeah, it just got the pump, right? So when did the dashboard flip on this? The dashboard must have flipped on this like somewhere up here? When? The dashboard really nailed it, for Cardano. Like, but it outperformed the dynamic. So yeah, I'm going back to Cardano. Let's do some TA on this now. For Cardano, you want to follow the bi-weekly dynamic, in my opinion. Wait for this to close above. If it does, it's a re-entry at around 47 to 43 cents. But let's get some levels on this. Here. Yeah, matches the top of the cloud too. Cloud is about to flip green too, like maybe in a couple more weeks. Let's look at the Ichimoku, the Tenkin Kijun. Where's the hide? Tenkin pretty aggressive here. Kijun is sitting at around 52. So you can look at 52, for example, as an opportunity to bid. If you're looking for a bid on Cardano, if you're looking for like a high-low trend trade, right? So looking for the Kijun at around 52 cents. And then essentially what you're looking for, if you really want this position, is something like this, right? You want it to crack out of the cloud from the side of the cloud over here. Right, and then it's likely going to find resistance over here at $1.35, $1.40. I would now extend this to the top of the cloud to get some confluence over there. Okay, now we can maybe even do a Fibonacci retracement to see if we have confluence. And we do have the 50% level coming in right over here. So yeah, around $1.65, you're going to see a lot of resistance, but yeah, could start trending. All right, so we did Cardano, we did Celestia, we did, what was the coin we just did before this? I forget, I'm tired. JASMY, all right, let's do JASMY. Weekly short, 4-day short. I don't like that. Like at least Cardano flip neutral, right? On the 4-day time frame. Yeah, it's consolidating, but it's so much opportunity. It's gonna pump eventually. It's just opportunity cost, man. I mean, it's really hard to not like this chart, to be honest. Like it is still up there, right? It's had its move. Yeah. If you're in position on this one already, yeah, I'd like to get in above the Tenkin though, on the monthly. Above 2.5 cents. Until then, it's this opportunity cost for me. 34% move to the top of the range there. So you don't have to wait too much longer. Like let 20% go, right? Let it pump another 20% and close above there on the monthly. And then I'll reassess in December. But not interested here. It may move too slow. Okay, it has no history. JASMY, USDT on gate.io. Same thing though, right? Tenkin is right there. Targets would be pretty high up though. Holy shit, 33 cents. What's the let's go look at this guy. New window. JASMY. Okay, so what we're trying to look at right now is to see. Okay. Now it looks like it's gone sideways because it pumped so much in the beginning, but what we can do is do this. Why is this not? I wanna, there we go. Okay, that's kind of better. Okay, now we look at the market cap. So the market cap has been trending like this. What does this tell you guys? Max. Okay. Why is the market cap shooting up like this? What's the inflation on this coin? Exactly. That's what I'm Corey, exactly. But it's kind of hard to tell right now because of the print, the CoinGecko print at the beginning of its price action. But it seems like this coin is extremely inflationary, so be a tad bit careful. But if, like, I'm telling you, in the bull market, I'll also say this. In a bull market, now the shit matters. Right? You'll see this. In the bull market, targets hit regardless, because there's just a vacuum of people trying to figure out where to put their bids. And here's the biggest piece of wisdom you guys can probably take away from this live stream. In a bull market, you just need to find the point of agreement, the POA, right? The point of agreement. Where do you think which point will most people come to and agree on, okay, this is a reasonable buy or sell level, right? Because nothing makes sense other than that. People just got to figure it out. And together, the collective, not wisdom, the collective craziness of the market needs to come together. And if this runs, it could get up to 17 cents and then maybe 31. That's a huge move. That's a huge move. So, but why? Like, just give up 20% and get in above the Tenkin. All right. No, Ben, you come right at the end. I'm so tired, man. All right, just for you. This is the last one. That was supposed to be, JASMY was supposed to be the last one. I can't say no to Ben. No. This is no. I've been saying this to all of you guys. Weekly short, 4-day short. No. You start with no, and then you look at the chart, and maybe you can find a reason, but no. So I'm going in with a bias saying no. Don't like the 4-hour high volatility on the 11.9. I want these to flip. Press this volatility on the trend. And then I'll maybe like it. Let's see. It's on. Sitting on the Tenkin though. So you see, you want JASMY. This is good, dude. I like this. You want JASMY to be doing something like this. Claim the Tenkin. And then, triple low here too. Low, triple low. So yeah, looking good. Not bad. TK test here, likely going to come. You wait for the Kumo break. Wait for this. Wait for that. You're looking at the 2-week dynamic. Let's go look. It's resistance. It's telling you not to buy. You're looking for it to be claimed as what you mean, right? It's also 4-day dynamic. Yeah, dude, look at the 4-day dynamic. Look for the 4-day dynamic. I think that would be better. It'd be cleaner too. But yeah, you can look at the weekly now since you're. I like that it's triple bottoming here. Let's go look at the oscillators. Isn't really telling you all that much. Yeah, you have confluence between your cloud, 4-day dynamic, bi-weekly dynamic, right? Good stuff, guys. I like that the charts that you guys are looking at aren't. None of you have given me garbage shots. The dashboard has been saying, yeah, don't look at this coin because of opportunity cost, but the charts haven't been garbage, which shows that our community is really maturing. Really, really good stuff. All right, I enjoyed the stream today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream too. I'll see you guys at our Discord, themangoway.com/Discord. I'll also be posting trade opportunities and targets, etc., on my Twitter at Sean Dexter. Things that I can't do videos on are going to be easier to post over here. So make sure that you don't miss the content on Twitter. Cheers, Black. Cheers, Michael. Hey, I'm glad to hear that, Michael. I'll see you guys in the next one. Do it, man. Go do it easy. Do it stress-free. I love you all. And happy $80,000 Bitcoin. It's not even Monday yet. Bitcoin making moves.